Hey, Joe, thanks for tuning in, buddy. You are the first. All right, Trinity, wide body Mike. We got Trinity Motorsports. We got Hemi Challenger. Boy, man, I even started early, and you guys, and Alex, y'all must have been just waiting. You guys must have just been hanging out. Brother, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I definitely can't complain. That's for sure. Hope y'all doing the same. Oh, Wednesday counseling. All right. All right, Sean, thanks for subscribing to the channel, brother. I appreciate it. If you're in the chat, I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but I definitely appreciate it. James just got the Diablo tuner. Hemi Challenger just got home from Texas Roadhouse and a few blue moons. Hey, nothing like a little alcohol to chill you out a little bit. It's Joe. It's therapeutic in the Wednesday night chat. I hear y'all. Lone Dart, what's going on, buddy? James, hey, what's happening? All right, setting goals, setting goals. That's what it's all about. Here, lay down. We'll get into the usual agenda here in a couple minutes. Give people a few more minutes to jump on the channel, and we'll we'll discuss Capital on Saturday, and then we'll discuss a little bit of MIR on Sunday, because it all winds up meshing together, really. But James, that's awesome, man. I love shake and bake. I really do. Um, yeah, this will be probably actually this is one of the longest I've ever had a car, if I must say so. Um, we're going on just over six six years I've had shake and bake. Um, yeah, but James, just keep your eye on the goals, and just make sure you're ready for the next mod, because they're going to get more and more expensive down the line. Hemi Challenger waiting for better weather. Snow for 3 days in the next 7 days. Yeah, it's there's a cold front coming through. That's for sure. Alex, sadly, not yet. We'll get into that. We'll get into the 9 second club here in a minute. All right, Bruce, thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate it. Mike, Mike's still waiting on his drive shaft. That's the way it is nowadays, man. Parts are just depending on what you're getting, or if you want to special order something, man, it's just gonna take a bit. Jay, what's happening, buddy? TR, have I seen Boosted Motorsports Mopar builds? I have not. I'll have to check them out. Are they on YouTube, TR? Yeah, my custom order stuff is crazy. Sorry to hear that, Alex, man. We've had some pretty nice. If I wish things would have went right this weekend, but hopefully I can get another couple runs in this weekend, this coming weekend. All right, Matt, we're doing well. I'm doing well, brother. I hope you're doing well. Bruce putting the headers on Sunday. You put the headers on Sunday. Yeah, those. Yeah, uh, headers on these cars is not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. The one bolt. You know it, Alex. That one bolt. Hugh, when I bought my headers, did I ceramic coat them? No, I didn't. Um, I'm not 100% what I'm gonna do when I take the engine out. I may wrap them, or I may get them ceramic coated. I'm still in debate. All right, yeah, I'll have to check him out, TR. I'll definitely check that out. You got any advice for me? I got a 309 headers, traction bars, and an exhaust kit. Trying to decide on what my next part should be, James. Um, yeah, I mean you got the 309s. It looks like you probably got maybe a drag pack kit for traction bars. I guess that's what you're trying to say. And exhaust. Hey, you got what you need to put the power to the ground. Now start looking at adding power. Um, you go for the cam. You could go straight to forced induction if you want to, and then get a cam later. It all depends on the budget and how much you're ready to spend. Yeah, Alex, that's a good question too, James. 5761 or 64. Yeah, Jay, I was thrown off by the traction bars too. I'm guessing he has probably a drag pack kit. Yeah, James. It depends on the budget, man. Um, at this point, you could go for the supercharger, whichever one you're in line to get. If you got the money to get it, do the supercharger now, and then you can do the supporting mods after that. So things like the cam, um, depending on which one you get, cold air intake stuff. Yeah. No average RT. Our first testing tune is not till April 8th. Yeah, Mike's hilarious. Traded in for a yote. Yeah, them coyotes aren't no joke. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna let y'all chat for a few seconds. I'm gonna talk about Capital on Saturday. What a day! Hopefully y'all watched the video. That was a terrible day. First thing in the morning. All right, Gift Sif, thanks for GFH6. Thanks for subscribing to the channel if you're in the chat. I appreciate it. But Saturday was just a nightmare. It was just error after error after error. So literally, I wasn't planning on going Saturday to Capitol. That was number one. So that was my number one mistake is I didn't plan to go. Uh, Literally, I went up, saw Mike at Stark's Performance, went there, uh, met up with Incredible Hemi. He picked up his truck. He got it fixed. Hopefully, it's fixed. Got it fixed by Mike. He should have a video coming soon. Oh, actually, he did. He put up the video where it was fixed. So after that, it seemed such a nice day. It was pretty windy, but it seemed like a nice day. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home, swap the tires, put the drag pack on, pack everything up because I already had the batteries and stuff charged up for Sunday. I was like, I'll just pack everything up real quick and go to Capitol and get some runs in. So I get to Capitol, and lo and behold, I forget my helmet. I already paid, so I'm like, all right, I'll just because I'm only about 15 minutes from the track. So I go home, grab my helmet, get back, start getting everything together, and then it's all in the video, right? So the draggy was dead, the laptop was dead. I forgot to air down the tires on the first run. It was just a comedy of first day first day errors, and not planning is why all those errors happen. Where if I'd have planned to go Saturday, I would have had everything ready. But unfortunately, I didn't. So I was sprinting to get everything together on Saturday. And ran a couple 10 6, 10 5. Not bad. Not bad. I'll get into why I think that happened in a minute. So then Sunday we fix all of the issues I had Saturday. So I had my helmet, the laptop was charged, the Draggy was charged, all the batteries were charged up. We were all good to go. Had everything right. And we get to MIR. We get some good runs in. Same times we ran at Capitol though. We ran mid 10.5, a low 10.6, and then we ran like a 10.7.9. So what wound up happening, and it's kind of why I got this specific video up. I wound up that last run was actually a nitrous run, and two things happened on that run. One, the intake, the air intake temperature sensor popped out. So one, that created a huge boost leak, and then not only that, let me fast forward here. Let's fast forward to right here. So we're gonna look at the same thing, not the coupler. The coupler didn't come off this time, but what I'm about to show you on here wound up happening again at the track on Sunday. So the gasket seal, whatever you want to call it, between the throttle body adapter to the 6.4 manifold popped out. The screw actually the screws came loose and popped out. So the seal popped out, creating again additional air getting into the engine after the intake air sensor, right? So wound up getting way more air, and it just didn't run very well. And Shake and Bake was acting a little funny for about a week and a half, and I didn't put enough thought into it to like, hey, this happened before. I should know what this is. But I just kind of took it for granted, took it to the track, and there was no doubt in my mind that same space between the actual intake and the adapter was there on Saturday as well. So I think that's why I wound up getting some 10.5s. So I was expecting a little lower. 3s and 4s is what I was looking for. And I think if that would have been fixed, we probably already got 10.4s, maybe a 10.3. But that's what happened. So that's I kind of gave you a spoiler for the next video. The 17 folks that are in here, you got the spoiler for the next video. But I got all that fixed. I got everything back together. I went, so in this video, this fix lasted almost 2 years. So, a new seal, a new gasket, for the intake manifold. And then we used Gorilla Tape around the inside of the, on the throttle body to create a seal between the throttle body and the adapter. And that lasted almost 2 years. So I left it alone. I did nothing to it, and it lasted almost 2 years. This quick fix at the track. This video was May of 2021 when we put that on there. And it was still on there up until this weekend. So there you go. Some quick fixes actually last a little bit longer than you might think. But anyway, enough of that. Let me go back up here. You guys are really burning up the chat. Let me get back up to where we were. Um, all right, James, we gave you I gave you my advice. Supercharger, if you can afford it. If not, do the supporting mods, the other supporting mods now, cam, things like that. Let me see. Let me get in the everyone going back and forth. Bruce Cammon next, nice. But might as well forge. Yep. I mean, you're close enough to turn the engine open anyway. You might as well go ahead and forge everything while you're in there. And Bruce, Hemi stuff is expensive. There's no doubt about that. Hugh talking to James. Wide body talking to James. And that's James. He's telling you the same thing. It comes down to your budget and what your goals are. But if you got the money and you plan on going supercharger, just do the supercharger now if you can do it. Mike's like reading my mind. Ghost RT. What is the widest rear tire I can run on the stock 20-inch wheels? 2014 Challenger RT. So I have 315s on my car, and it's 2016, but I got 315s on my car, and I don't have a problem in the rear. So Ghost RT, that's uh, yeah, I got 315s. All right, Bruce. Jay, what do you really think, buddy? And you know what, Mike? Wide body Mike brings up a great point here. An all motor build is really the if you have a daily driver and you want to go to the track, he's got a great point. All motor build is probably your best bet because, like he says, you can track it, you can daily it, and you won't have as many issues than if you go boosted. Yeah. All right. So Ghost RT, that's Mike coming back at you. He's saying 275 to 295. I've got 10.5 inch rims on mine, and I got 315s, and I don't have a problem. Oh, you're on the stock 20-inch wheel. I'm sorry. I'm, I'm reading that wrong. Um, yeah, I'd probably stick around the 275. 295 may be a little bit of a stretch, but I think you're a lot safer with 275 Ghost RT. I'm sorry, I read your comment wrong. You're on the stock wheels. All right. People talking back and forth, still talking about the tires, 275s. 163 60 foot. That's not too bad, really. 163 60 foot is not that not horrible. Bruce, hey, was looking for 18-inch wheels and can only find 17-inch. Does anyone know where to look? Bruce, wheels or tires? Um, if you're going, if you're going to the track, I would go with the 17 inches. I know where Jay's going. I see his comment right afterwards. If you're gonna go to the track, I would go 17s. Especially with a stick car, because Jay's bringing up a great point. You're going to get more sidewall with a 17-inch, and you'll get a better rollout. But if you want to go 18s, Ford Star makes 18s, Weld makes 18s. Um, where to go to look for them? You can go to, gosh, HHP. You can go to Beefcake Racing. There's a gazillion wheel and tire places you can go, Bruce. Any of the Hemi shops out there, like I said, HHP, Lethal Performance is not necessarily a Hemi shop, but they got Hemi stuff. Or you can go straight to manufacturers' websites. Yeah, Race Star makes 18s. If it's a drag wheel you're looking for, or a street, I'm guessing it's for drag. But yeah, Bruce, I'm getting my. All right, good evening, Jean Paul. Yeah, I'm getting behind in the chat, but yep, you're getting the advice. You're getting the advice from from the right folks. Destroyer 1320, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Tell them, man, smash that like button. How many people we got in here? 15? Y'all need to be hitting that like button. Jay, I may take you up on one of those, man. So if you're coming by the house one of these days, if you don't mind swinging by and dropping one off, that'd be great. Mike's telling you how you can change the ratio just by tire size. You can definitely do that. My 17s, I can't remember the offset, Bruce. I'm sorry, dude. But wherever you order from, they're going to give you the right offset. Mike giving you more ratios, more tire options for ratios. And Jay, you're right. It doesn't matter whether you're an LS or a Coyote. It's all expensive. We just pay a tad bit of a premium. Jay says he can't find the 20 and a half, 10 and a half. Yeah, tires are hard to find too. Joe, been meaning to ask, but don't want to sound dumb. Anyways, planning on getting a 5.7, then forging it. Basically, what I want to know is if I get fully forged with the new engine, be 5.7 inspired or similar. Yeah, Joe. As long as you either have, well, if you're going forged, you either buy. There's several manufacturers now that make forged 5.7 cranks. So you could get one of them. They're roughly just over a grand, or just under 1,100, just over a grand in that area. You can buy a new forged 5.7 crank. You could buy a 6.2 crank out of a Hellcat. That also has the same stroke as a 5.7. That crank, and then you can buy a used 6.1 crank, and that will keep it 5.7. Even if you bore it 10 to 20 over, if you had to bore it out, you're still in that 5.7 liter range. You're just getting towards the top of it. Hoosiers on back order at 400 each. Yeah, tires. Yeah, it's the season's coming around. Everyone's buying tires, so they're getting few and far between again. But Joe, yes, you could definitely stay 5.7. You just have to have the right crank. And like I said, even if you want to bore it over 10 or 20, you can still keep it as a 5.7. It just won't be a 345. It'll be 348, somewhere around in there if you go 20 over. because I bored mine out 20 over, just because there's a larger piston selection if you bore it out. All right, Joe. Here comes Jay. He pretty much summed up what I just said. Either you get a 5.7, 6.1, or a 6.2 crank that has the same stroke as a 5.7, or if you get one of the other cranks, uh, it, technically you're stroking it at that point. Yeah, Alex, but you still got to change the crank because the 5.7 is not a forged crank. The stock 5.7 is not a forged crank. I have 275 Nexon drag spec drag radials on my stock 20-inch wheels right now, but I was thinking 295s would fit. It'd be a tight squeeze. You may lose some contact patch with the 295s, um, but you could try it. You could definitely try it. Um, Alex going back to Joe. Wide body's going back to Joe. Lethal Forms does have Coyote stuff. That they are starting to get a lot of Hemi stuff too. They're starting to branch out a little bit. Yeah, Joe, you can keep everything 5.7. Like I said, uh, they make the 5.7 crank forged. There's a couple different companies that do it, and I think you can get them through. I think HHP has them. You can get them through HHP, High Horse Performance. Probably you can probably get them from some of the other shops too. A 6.2 crank, you can get that from the dealership. I don't know how much they are, or you can find a 6.1 crank. They're all stock 5.7 stroke. Yeah, and you can buy drop ins. There's multiple companies that make forged 5.7 drop ins. Yeah, Bruce, I'm a fan of Mickey Thompson ET Street R's too. I may once this set of Mickeys is done, I may try a set of Hoosier DBRs just to see how they do. But we'll see how the season goes. Yeah, just don't change the stroke. Yeah, that's the key. Uh, like I said, you can bore it out. It'll be at the top of a 5.7 liter, uh, but you definitely have to have the right crank. What is the maximum amount of cubic inches you can get out of a stock 5.7 block? I was looking at a 4.1 stroker kit on. That's about the max. You're really starting to push it at 401. I, I, I'm pretty sure one of the guys down below has already answered that question, Ghost RT. But yeah, for with a 5.7 block 401, you're skirting the edges. That's a good point, Jay. That's a good point. Yeah, if you buy a 6.1 crank, you have to buy the adapter for the VVT setup. You definitely have to do that, and they're cheap. I think I got mine at HHP for like $30. They're not super expensive. Mike brings up a good point too, Joe. But that's obviously going to a 392 if you go for the BGE block. Um, but if you did do the BGE block with 392 drop ins, you're set. You're set. Let's see. I got ahead of myself there. Hugh, people keep talking about forged cranks. Why? I can see a forged I can see forged rods and pistons. I don't know of anyone that has broke a crank. That's true, Hugh. I haven't heard anyone that's broke a crank either. Um, I, at this point, I erred towards caution versus trying to stick with the non-forged 5.7 crank. Um, yeah, I just yeah. I mean, I'm running the stock 5.7 crank now, and I'm running 15, 16 pounds of boost. Um, so it's not like they can't hold it, but I just erred towards the edge of safety at this point. Uh, I, from my point of view, if I'm going to drop, 15, 1500 to 1750 in the engine, I'm just going to go ahead and get the forged crank just for safety's sake. But you're right. I haven't heard anyone breaking a crank. 30 grand for a elephant. Yeah, right. Uh, all right, Jay. You're poking my buttons, man. You're pushing the button, Jay. I stayed 5.7, and I'm going to stay 5.7. Yeah, Alex, you nailed it, buddy. You nailed it. What was my best ET when I was NA? Oh gosh, man, you're making me think. Um, 11.8. Does that sound right? 11. I think it was 11.8 was my fastest NA passes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because I didn't get into the low 11s until I went with the Pro Chargers. So I think it was 11.8, somewhere right around 11.8. No average RT. Yeah, pretty sure it was 11.8. You can find cheap 6.4 cranks. True. Uh, Joe, I'd really just like slapping some serious work into a 5.7 and getting some looks when I smoke higher trim levels. You know it, Joe. You know it. Any difference with the MMX or HHP drop-ins? I think just manufacturer. I don't think they use the same manufacturer. Timothy, good evening, brother. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mike, different brands. That's the only difference. Is different brands. Bruce MMX was the first. Jay said, "All right, yeah, Bruce. Both are fine. I don't think you have any problem with either one. Yeah, RT Life. He does have a 397 stroker. Yep. Mike's going back with Bruce. Yep. Those are the pistons, rods and piston Mike has is from MMX, but you can't go wrong with either one of them. All right. Jay's just saying he should have went MMX. That's true, Tim. Timothy, for sure. Changing stuff up in the middle of build is going to cost you a whole heck of a lot more. All right, Mr. Joshua, I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna keep posting. You know, the race videos seem to be doing less and less, but I'm gonna keep posting. So you'll keep seeing them. I'm gonna keep posting them. Yeah, Hugh, I think it was 11.8 was my fastest NA. Ah, would have been a good race. Yeah, would have definitely would have you for sure. Jay's talking back to Bruce. Still want 383 heads though. Um, Alex going back to Bruce. Old big block 383 heads. All right, Hemi Challenger. Cody, A modern Hemi cannot see your camera. I don't know. It's not on my end, Cody. I'm seeing everything fine. It seems like everyone else is seeing me fine. Uh, I I don't know. Yeah, Jay brings up a great point. Yeah, huge difference between the old school Hemis and the new school Hemis. They're not compatible with each other at all. Yeah, you could stroke it out to a 383. Absolutely, Bruce, if you wanted to. You just have to find the right crank, find the right bore. You could definitely do a 383 if you wanted to. All right, Jay's talking old school now. Cody says you're lying to me. I'm not lying, brother. Let's do an install. Uh, Timothy's going back to Bruce. Hemi Challenger's talking to Jay. 6-2 equals 383. Wide body Mike. Someone had to throw in the Fox body comment. That'd be a monster. 392 turbo swap and a freaking Fox body. That'd be crazy. Timothy's still trying to figure out the 383. I'm not sure if it's a 6-1 or a 6-2, but it's somewhere around in there. Oh, who keeps opening my door? That's Bean. Bean keeps opening my door. So when you see the door open, it's Bean trying to get in. My dog, by the way. All right, Hemi Challenger talk about old school stuff. Love the old school Hemis too. 440 is better than a 426. That's that's pretty much true. Yeah, Jay, you can hit all the Ford events and the Hemi events. Go figure. All right, still trying to figure out that the leader quality to a 383. Mike, there you go. Get the Chevy stuff in there too. Dodge powered Chevy transmission, Ford rear end. What a combination there, right? No dude is a person, not a dog, grown ass man. I mean, my wife peeks in every once in a while, but I hadn't seen the door open. Do they produce upgrade heads or is it from Crank Up Job? Brucey lost me on that one. Joe, Lime Green 76 Charger, nice. That I've only seen once in storage. Still torn to bits. I really want no kidding, right? I wouldn't mind having that either, Joe, for sure. Tim, all right, Tim. It's a mutt. All right, now. Easy, Bruce. Don't pick on Bean. He's just little. Hemi Challenger. I watched this damn live and have me looking on MMX on where I want to drop a few. Hey, we'll point you where you can spend your money. There's a number of places you can spend your money. That's for sure. I'm with you, Hugh. I'd like to see a 392 in a Fox body. That'd be crazy. Yeah, no doubt it'd be fast. No doubt. Fox body with a 392 would definitely be fast. Mike's going back to him. Perfect. Jay's going back to Alex. There was clearly a man. He has a beard. He opened your door about 10 minutes ago. All right, man. I'm lost because I'm the only man that's in here and I'm the only man with a beard. He was a guy in Florida with a notch that's Hellcat swap with a glide. Whew. Timothy, my dad's 34 Ford has a SB 350 in it. Nice. He first stood this chick with a. That's hilarious, Timothy. All right, brother. Oh, the Dodge Chevy Ford. I got you, Bruce. I got you now. All right, man. Oh, the next coolest Hemi swap is a shop doing it in in a 95 neon. That would be kind of crazy. Why, oh, why do you like the 9-inch rears when Chrysler makes the 875, which is just as strong? Yep, you're outside of my range. Jay, you and Mike can argue that point. Ghost RT, have you seen the twin supercharger kit made by Torque Storm for the Gen 3 Hemi? I have seen it. It's interesting to say the least. I haven't seen anyone do it yet, but it's definitely interesting. Yeah, the Torque Storm does make a twin supercharger kit. Like I said, it definitely interesting. Ah, Jay giving up the Ghost, man. I'll give you that one. More gear choices. Hemi Challenger, 9 inches, 1/5 the price, and infinite possibilities. Let's see, where are we at? We got 18 minutes yet. Y'all need to keep in the chat. The Dana 60 is 975 rear, and that'd be even stronger than a 9-inch Forger. Interesting. Cody, my friend Laurel Keith said he's a big fan of the show. Hasn't showered in. That's his name. Name's Laurel Keith, and he lives in Georgia. All right, brother. All right. All right, Jay's still trying to defend the 8 3/4 inch Chrysler rear. Jay, the 60 is the strongest rear there is. He got one of those as well, but less gear choices. Bruce, your 5 a.m. does come real quick, brother. I appreciate you coming in. Giving us some chat conversations. I appreciate it. And have a great night and have a good day at work tomorrow. Can I see you raw on your car? All right, Cody. All right, brother. That blue still gets. All right, Timothy. Ghost, how can I swap a 2015 or newer LSD rear diff into my 2014 Challenger? They're made different. Absolutely, they are. Um, Man, that's a great question for either three pedal J or wide body Mike because I don't know, and one of those two probably know. Alex, you know the deal. Trolling ain't gonna work. So there you go, Ghost. You need a 2015 or later cradle. And DSS makes the drive shaft. There you go. Alex is saying, hey, you could use the SRT8 rear diff. Yeah. I mean, Challenger, I'm with you, man. If you're going that far, you might want to change out the whole rear end. The whole rear end. Mike's saying that's the get drag and they're harder to come by. There you go. Good luck in finding them because because the menu guys hang on to them. That's for sure. Mike's saying the ZF is a stronger diff. Jay, if it's a 14, depending on trim, it may have a get rag already, but you need to swap the diff. The ZF is strong indeed, but upgrade to a 9-inch and never worry again. Yeah, you see how expensive some of them 9-inch conversions are? Ugh. Ghost SRT8 rear diff will work, but the newer 2015 style, yeah, that's pretty much what we set up above Ghost. The ZF is stronger. Yours was expensive but worth every penny. That is true. That is true. But they are, whoa, they are expensive. We're like thousands of dollars. Whoa, you know this is an old video. We're back in Mike's original shop. Woo, going way back. Yeah, Jay, great point. Great point. Uh, I have not seen those heads. Ghost, what do they cost? That's the next question, right? How much are those heads? Now you want me to bring up you want me to bring up a browser and start looking at those AFR heads and see how much they are. You're guessing 2.5K. Jay said he read about them and hadn't seen them in production. All right, Mike. So HHP is doing the testing. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Jay, but those T-Techs are really expensive. Those are really expensive. Mike's saying Summit has them in stock. Now you're making me want to go to Summit. Let's see. Where's the? There we go. Uh, 224cc. I'm looking at the heads now. I went to Summit. I'm looking. T-Tex bear casting at 2400. Okay. Uh, yeah, they got a list. They got a list of heads in here. I'll have to check them out later. I'll have to check out the price of them later. Ghost, yes, they will. There it is. So there you go. Yes, it will fit, Ghost. That's what I got on my rear springs too, is the 1320 springs. Joe, some hidden plans just outside the screen. Votorium powered engine swaps and all types of super secret things going on. You know what we do. It's not super secret. I was just at Summit looking for those AFR heads just to see how much they are. And the ones I just skimmed through were anywhere from 1,300 to just over 2,000. Are there diminishing returns with heads that flow that much air? I just don't see the need for it unless you have a monster stroker or some kind of forced induction. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Alex. Jay just chimed in too. Uh, I'm with you there. Yeah, you gotta be able to flow that much air to take advantage of those heads, and that's a lot of air to be pushing around. All right, Mike. Thanks for showing up, buddy. I appreciate it. We got about 8 more minutes here. I'm glad that I have the Ford 8.8 inch rear. If I blow it up, I can pick up the whole rear section for $500 to $700 at a boneyard. Pick from 4 or 5 ratios. Yeah, lots of choices out there. That's for sure. Jay, got to be running meth and lit boost to take advantage of that kind of flow. Yeah, yeah. You gotta be able to push that kind of air to utilize it, right? If you're not pushing, 370 CFM, you're not taking advantage of the heads, really. So that's what it's all about, taking advantage of what flow you do have in the heads. Dart was supposed to be working on a set 2 and an aftermarket Gen 3 Hemi block. Haven't heard anything about it in a while, though. The company really caters to Chevy and Ford guys a lot. Gotcha. Wife only heard 8.8 inches. All right, Hemi Challenger. Yeah, that would be something to test. That's for sure. I'm with you, Alex. All right, Timothy. Thankfully, most of them can't measure. I got you. Yeah, like I said, Ghost and Alex is saying the same thing, right? If you can't push that kind of flow through the heads, it could actually wind up hurting you more than helping you. Um, yeah. Remember the 2 horsepower per CFM when it comes to heads. If you're not making big power, that's a waste of money to buy high flowing heads. Yep. Hugh, you summed up the last 10 minutes of conversation about heads. You summed it up in one great sentence. That's a good point too, Timothy. Yep. Lose it down low. Yep. You got it, Ghost. If you're not pushing that kind of horsepower, no use in having those heads. And that's a lot of horsepower. All right, guys. It seems like the chat's slowing down a little bit. I know we're a little bit early. I started a little bit early too, but it's all good. We can always end just a little bit early. But yeah, we got Shake and Bake back to 100%. Hopefully it holds out till this weekend. Hopefully the weather holds out. There's supposed to be a little rain come, possibly get some rain this weekend, or snow this weekend. Hopefully that doesn't happen, and we get at least 1 or 2 days again this weekend at the track. So hopefully next week I have a much better story to tell than I did this week. But we say it time and time again. You get up into this kind of horsepower range, this type of modifications, or the extent of these modifications, things are going to break, things are going to happen. It's just the way it is. But I appreciate everyone chiming in. I appreciate all of you chiming in the chat, keeping the chat going, keeping me rattling my gums, keeping me on my toes. And Jay, Mike, Hugh, all of you guys that have a whole bunch more experience than me answering a lot of these questions as well. I definitely appreciate y'all chiming in, because this is really what I built the channel to be, is a place where you can go get the information you need for your build to get you the right information so you can make the right decisions, and you only have to buy stuff once, vice 2, 3, 4 times, like I have. So again, I appreciate everyone chiming in. I appreciate everyone watching the videos and supporting the channel and supporting me and supporting Shake and Bake, because that's really where it all goes, is right back into Shake and Bake. But I appreciate it again. It's great chatting with everybody, for the hour again on Wednesday. We'll be here next week, folks, and doing it all over again. $9.99 coming. That's the hope, man. I keep my fingers crossed. And we're going to spray until it happens. We're going to spray until it happens. So it's coming. But again, appreciate everybody chiming in. That's it for this one, folks. Tune in next week, same time. Adios.